Hi everyone, I am Duozz. In today's video, let's talk about the individual instructions in details. It is easy to understand and apply for your squad to support very well, so watch till the end for better understanding. First, you need to know some things before going to edit the individual instructions. You need good midfielders who are eligible for wings, defense and offense. Well, other player positions will help you in the offense and defense instructions, but let's select some midfielders who are really important like Vieira, Rodri, Casemiro, Kimmich. And you can also go with Lampard, Fernandes, De Paul, Modric, Kroos or De Jong. These players are great for versatile midfield performance and will help you to execute the individual instructions very easily. Now select some wingers like Neymar, Messi, Mbappe, Foden, Son, Gakpo or Kulusevski. These players are fast and good for their skillful positioning. But if you don't have these players in your squad, please select any roaming flank or prolific winger players. Now let's start the main topic. There are mainly 3 options in the attack section and 4 options in the defense section. Let's learn step by step starting from the attack section. First is offensive. If you select players to offensive, then generally those players will join the attacks more than usual moves. Means the player will try to stay offensive rather than defensive no matter if he is a defender. Second is defensive. This will drag your players to the defense to help other defenders as well. If you select right and left midfielders to defensive, then they will mostly play as defensive and will attack less. Third is anchoring. When you select a player to anchoring, then that player will stay in proper position to maintain his area of playing on focus. But this will make your player less effective towards other positions. Example, if you select a midfielder as anchoring, then he will stay in that area for proper positioning to execute his role effectively. Now it comes to defensive section. First is tight marking. This feature is only available when you enter in a matchmaking. Tight marking is basically the advanced marking process. If you select one particular opponent player to tight marking, then mostly your players will try to prioritize their marking on that player. This will help you to mark one individual opponent player who is stronger in the attacks or in the midfields. But be careful of position failure, as if 2 or 3 of your players will try to mark one opponent player you have selected in the tight marking, then you have to control your other players to mark other opponent players as well. Second is man marking. This feature is also available within a matchmaking. With individual man marking, you can assign your players to mark selected particular opponent players in the match. With this, you can basically engage one of your defenders to block the particular player every time. I will recommend you to select your defensive midfielders in this selection, because making one main defender to mark a particular player is risky for letting your opponent find openings. Third is counter target. If you select someone in counter target, then that player will stay in his position and avoid defending or pressing your opponent players. Instead of defending, counter target makes that player to find an opportunity to attack from any possible angle and join the attacks. With this, player's stamina will remain longer than usual because he will not run back to defend. And you can also play with low stamina players as well with the help of counter target. Fourth is deep line. If you select players in deep line, then they will join the defense to make the shield more powerful for your defense line. This time, the selected players will attack less and keep themselves engaged into defending and marking. If you need extreme defensive formation to block and mark your opponent players, then you can instruct your players in deep line. Remember that you cannot assign a defender in deep line. So I hope this guide made the individual instructions easy to understand for you. If you want to learn the new in-game features, then click on this video. I will meet you there.